Hey guys, it's Mooregirl and welcome back to my channel. Well guys, finally here. I finally did my art redo of the Zgallerie crushed glass project that I was working on. I did it last year when I went to Zgallerie and I kind of didn't like it. I told you guys I was going to do it over again. So I did it over, but this time I put a twist to it. I actually made it from a silver, from a sort of a light silver medium into a still gray bluish sapphire color. So in this one I'm going to show you how I mix colors, how I go from one gradation to the next. I'm going to show you how I mixed up the blue crushed glass with the silver crushed glass for a total different effect. Okay, one thing you do have to excuse, when I was recording I must have hit the manual button. It's just for like only for a minute when I was putting the crushed glass down. So guys, forgive you more girls, so that's a little out of focus, but you can easily follow it. Okay, it only happened in one clip, but I'm going to show you, and also I'm going to show you, this is going to be about a 20-minute video, so guys, if you could just bear with me. What I want to do is show some of the viewers where I actually got some of the products that I got. So I went to Home Depot and I went to Michael because I want to make sure they know the items to get and where to get them, and also at Home Depot, and just follow some tips. What I do is I take a picture of my measurements, I show it to them, I pick out the board because I'm doing this on wood board. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what kind of board I'm doing. I am not doing canvas because I'm putting it back in that frame I had the other one in. Unfortunately, the frame broke as soon as I was doing this project, so I kind of glued it back together and I had to repair it. But that's okay, it looks great. So guys, I'm gonna show you how it looks. And again, you know, I hope you like this project. I hope you can follow it. You can still look at the old one as well. I try to make it as simple as possible for you guys to understand. So you ready to see it? Here we go, guys. I hope you like it. This is going in my bedroom. Okay, look at that. Okay, so the one from before, the crushed glass was too wide. I didn't particularly like that. I just sort of wanted to hear, you see the silver here, the middle part, and then you see this beautiful, beautiful steel blue. I think this is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see the crushed glass and the sparkle in it. You see that? Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did this project. It took me maybe about an hour to do the whole thing. It's not hard to do, it's just that you have to have a certain technique when you do it. So once you get the technique down, and I always tell you guys, always practice first. Get a little piece of something. If you want it, especially if you buy a canvas and you do this on a canvas, that's expensive. This board, I had two pieces. If this was to mess up, I had another board to work with, and it was cheaper to get a board. The board I'm going to show you was about $11. You cannot even find canvas this size. That is why I did with the wood, and I also wanted to see how it looks with the, and you can see here the wood grain, so you can see the quality, and you can also still see the wood grain in it as well. All right guys, so let's get started with this project. Okay guys, let's head over to Home Depot, and this is exactly where I got the board. And you'll find this board, they already like cut about 2x4s and 2x3s, and they're not too thick. So look at the size that you want and the depth. All right, this board is about $11, and when they cut it, I got two boards out of one.
And it was 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, measure twice, cut once. So hopefully this will work. Have whoever you go to, either Home Depot or Lowe's, you know, take pictures of your measurement and just have them, you know, look at the pictures and make sure your measurements are precise. I'm gonna come over here to the molding section. So if you want to have your frame custom made for your board, you can always go down this section, or a better idea is go to the Goodwill and find one of those frame artworks that is like old, and you just want to take the art piece out and use the already frame put together. It might be a little easier. If not, I just wanted to show you briefly where you can get, you know, trim and molding, and you can, of course you're going to need a miter saw for this, or you can get one that's in a box, or acquire a professional, or have someone cut this for you. Like I said, this is a little bit more detailed for this one. You can always go again to Goodwill and just find a frame like I did from old artwork. Okay guys, we're at the paint section. I really like Craftsmart. I like the brilliant and the colors here. So this is where I mostly got mine. Sort of see how the silver is. Okay, so I sort of like that one, and that one is just silver. So you have your bright silver. I have this one, which is the bright silver. You have your silver, And then you have a darker one here. Now coming over here in the floral department, this is where you have your fillers for your vases. It's sort of near the floral department, and this is where I get my crushed glass. So you can get it by the package. You got your silver, you got your clear, and they have multitude of colors here. And also, if you don't need that much, they had the smaller ones, which is what, $4.99. And this is where I got the blue one and the silver. And of course, they have here purple and green. So okay, when I spray my wood, I like to cover the whole wood, but of course, you can still see your wood grain. You don't want to cover so much that you lose the detail of the wood grain, but make sure you cover enough from each end. Take your time and just go back and forth the way I'm showing you right here in this demonstration. Okay, the difference from this one here is I'm going to add blue, and I'm going to change the way the crushed grass. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the crushed grass angle out or if I'm going to just do it like the original project. So this is my paint here. Again, I have Craftsmart. I'm using Sapphire. This is a pretty color, but I'm going to mix it with the Martha Stewart. Okay, because I don't want it to be this much blue. I want it to be like a still blue. So I'm going to add a few drops, because this is going to be mixing paints, guys. So pay attention. I'm going to mix the blue with the gray. Just a couple drops at a time. Then, and this one is bright silver. This one here is nickel. And this is white paint. And usually what I do with the white paint, I may add a little bit. If I don't have this bright enough, I'll add a little white paint to this to make it just a little brighter. Okay, now what I did with the glass here is I have my blue, I have my silver, and I combine the two. I thought that would be a nice different switch to have, like a silver with a blue. So it's going to be sort of like a sapphire between these two, and again, these two. Again, I have just regular glue and paint brushes. I got sponge and I got the other brush too. Depends how I want my strokes. So basically, this is all you want to need. One thing that did happen to me, my frame broke. I don't know how this happened, but it broke, so I'm going to have to repair that. Again, you always do the painting first, and then you put the frame together, and then add the crushed glass, because you can't add crushed glass to the edges because you won't put the frame on. So it has to be framed first, crushed glass at the end. All right, guys, so let's get started with this project. All right, guys, so this is where I'm going to start this, so you don't get too confused. When I paint this, I go from light to medium to dark, okay? And then the white, I might just pop it out and then put the crystal on top. Again, I want the crystals, I might either scatter them or I might have them go at an angle like this, which I kind of sort of like that angle like that, but the other one was wide. So when I have it like a nice narrow angle spread out here to here, okay? And the reason why I paint light to dark is this is the light, I layer over with the medium, and I layer over top of it with the dark, so it can just blend this direction, if you could understand. Because once this is down, this is going to cover this, the dark is going to cover that, okay? And that's exactly why I do it from light to dark. So when I'm going to start with my bright silver. I have my bright silver here. This is what I'm going to start with. And then if this is not light enough, I'll add just a little bit of white just to lighten it up. Light, medium, blue. All right. I got these little styrofoam plates just so I can do my mixing. This is light. So I'll test to see if this is light enough for me. And it is. I don't have to really mix this with any type of white, okay? This should be an easy project to do. Just putting a brush on it just like the other one. Just brush it across. And you can still see some of the wood grain. That's why I got this one. I like actually doing on the wood instead of the canvas for this project, because I like to see the wood grain. And even though I spray it, you paint on top, you still see it. the next color is going to be nickel, which is going to be a medium from here to here. Okay, the next one is the Martha Stewart. This is a darker. As you can see, this is the darkest. Shake it up. And as you can see, light to medium to dark. But we're gonna add a couple drops. And even this has like a sort of like a bluish tint to it, this gray. This gray could either be a cool color or a warm color. So we're taking this Sapphire. Okay. Add a couple drops here. Okay, and we're gonna slowly mix the two. This. You see that? Into this. Alright guys, that is looking gorgeous, but look at this. Now look how this is going to look in between. Light the blue, silver, blue, blue, silver. So we're going to take all of this and just mix it up. Okay, so you got your silver and your blue. Okay. Sorry guys, my manual focus hit by accident. So basically all I did was add glue around, okay, and then the crushed glass, I add a little bit glue on top. Okay, once you got all your glitter down and you have whatever shape you want to use, I just did the one where it curves out. And now I'm just going to add some glitter. I figured I just decided to do this at the last moment. I'm going to add some glitter, just a really fine glitter on the edges and on top. You can see what I did. I sprinkled a little bit of glue on top. And once everything dried, everything is adhesive. And when you stand it up, just let the grass just fall down. If you see any spots or any openings, just put a dab of glue there and just add additional glass as needed. Alright guys, this is it for this project. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you need it more in detail, remember I did the first tutorial the same way as well. Alright guys, it's your Mooregirl, and thanks again for watching this channel. If you like this or any other videos, please share this video. I'm pretty sure your friends and family will love it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, it's your Mooregirl. Much love.